Mendicants. An unlearned ordinary person feels pleasant, painful, and neutral feelings. A learned noble disciple also feels pleasant, painful, and neutral feelings. What then is the difference between a learned noble disciple and an ordinary unlearned person? For us, Lord, the teachings have the Blessed One as their root, their guide, and their arbitrator. It would be good if the Blessed One himself would explicate the meaning of this statement. Having heard it from the Blessed One, the monks will remember it. In that case, mendicants, listen and pay close attention. I will speak. When an unlearned, ordinary person experiences painful physical feelings, they sorrow and wail and lament, beating their breast and falling into confusion. They experience two feelings, physical and mental. It's like a person who is struck with an arrow, only to be struck with a second arrow. That person experiences the feeling of two arrows. In the same way, when an unlearned, ordinary person experiences painful physical feelings, they sorrow and wail and lament, beating their breast and falling into confusion. They experience two feelings, physical and mental. When they're touched by painful feeling, they resist it. The underlying tendency for repulsion towards painful feeling underlies that. When touched by painful feeling, they look forward to enjoying sensual pleasures. Why is that? Because an unlearned ordinary person doesn't understand any escape from painful feeling apart from sensual pleasures. Since they look forward to enjoying sensual pleasures, the underlying tendency to greed for pleasant feeling underlies that. They don't truly understand feeling's origin, ending, gratification, drawback, and escape. The underlying tendency to ignorance about neutral feeling underlies that. If they feel a pleasant feeling, they feel it attached. If they feel a painful feeling, they feel it attached. If they feel a neutral feeling, they feel it attached. They're called an unlearned ordinary person who is attached to rebirth, old age, and death, to sorrow, lamentation, pain, sadness, and distress, who is attached to suffering. But when a learned, noble disciple experiences painful physical feelings, they don't sorrow, or wail, or lament, nor do they beat their breast and fall into confusion. they experience one feeling, physical, not mental. It's like a person who is struck with an arrow, but they were not struck with a second arrow. That person would experience the feeling of just one arrow. In the same way, when a learned, noble disciple experiences painful physical feelings, they don't sorrow or wail or lament, beating their breast and falling into confusion. They experience one feeling, physical, not mental. When they're touched by painful feeling, they don't resist it. There's no underlying tendency for repulsion towards painful feeling underlying that. When touched by painful feeling, they don't look forward to enjoying sensual pleasures. Why is that? Because a learned, noble disciple understands an escape from painful feeling apart from sensual pleasures. Since they don't look forward to enjoying sensual pleasures, there's no underlying tendency to greed for pleasant feeling underlying that. They truly understand feeling's origin, ending, gratification, drawback, and escape. There's no underlying tendency to ignorance about neutral feeling underlying that. If they feel a pleasant feeling, they feel it, detached. If they feel a painful feeling, they feel it, detached. If they feel a neutral feeling, they feel it, detached. They're called a learned, noble disciple who is detached from rebirth, old age, and death, from sorrow, lamentation, pain, sadness, and distress, who is detached from suffering. This is the difference between a learned, noble disciple and an unlearned, ordinary person. A wise and learned person isn't affected by feelings of pleasure and pain. This is the great difference in skill between the wise and the ordinary. A learned person who has appraised the teaching discerns this world and the next. Desirable things don't disturb their mind, nor are they repelled by the undesirable. Both favouring and opposing are cleared and ended. They are no more. Knowing the stainless, sorrowless state, they who have gone beyond rebirth understand rightly.